I thought I'd share a short video with you regarding my thoughts about how we all are at the moment. And today it's about disconnection. This is about how we're all re-evaluating ourselves in connection with other people, other things, and other places. It's that feeling of disconnection that can make us sometimes feel sad or full of despair, negative energies, anxiety or frustration. Some of us like the feeling of disconnection. Some of us see disconnection as chaotic. And perhaps one thing about disconnection is change. And in one of my other videos, I talk about change and how we respond to change, and how sometimes change can create a feeling of anxiety. Let's just look at the word disconnect. If we're disconnecting, it would have meant there was some form of connection beforehand. And it's much easier to reconnect than it is to form a brand new connection. Some of us are forming brand new connections during this time of isolation and lockdown, but it is so much easier to reconnect with someone than it is to disconnect from them. Perhaps there are people you've not spoken to or messaged for quite some time. That's understandable. Everyone's in a completely different situation, experiencing a time of our lives that none of us anticipated. No one at the end of this is going to say, oh, you didn't call me, or you didn't get in touch about so-and-so. We all have different things and different lives to get on with. Our social circles may have got smaller. For some of us, perhaps they've got bigger. Are they going to be the same at the end of this? We don't know. But just remember, it's much easier to reconnect with people now, whether that's a phone call, message, email, social media, chatting to people face-to-face online. There are many different ways, perhaps sending them a letter or a parcel, letting them know you're thinking of them. So whilst we think of this time as isolating or distancing ourselves from each other, let's actually think about it as a reconnecting time, reconnecting with other people. Perhaps it's reconnecting with other things. Perhaps it's reconnecting for a love of a certain hobby. Perhaps it's reconnecting with yourself. That might be forms of self-grooming, bit of exercise, reading, spending time alone, sitting with a book. Sitting with nothing and just staring into space for half an hour is completely fine. You're reconnecting with yourself. So perhaps at the moment we can think of this time as an energizing time, so we can reconnect with other people, other things, and ourselves. And perhaps we'll have something to share at the end of this. Just think about reconnection. It may mean a lot to you and not to someone else. Let's use this time, and let's use it to refuel and reconnect.